which is bitter. Betty butter bought some butter, which is bitter. When you practice, see, you are concentrating on a b sound. It is not ba. Again I repeat, again and again I am repeating. It is not ba, it is b. B. Betty butter bought some butter, which is bitter. When you start practicing all these kind of tongue twisters every day when you go to the internet, everyone now, as the technology is being developed, every one of us, we have Android sets in our handy, and definitely if you have an Android set, you have definitely the internet pack in it. When you have internet pack, download it. And when you talk about your importance and you talk about your grammar, how you can enhance your grammar, that is a part of your pronunciation, that how you can enhance. Try speaking a lot. How you can enhance your grammar right now, like how you can, because your ability of thinking, which is called your thought process, you need to have an appropriate thought process. Your mind should work very fast. Why we are unable to concentrate and why we are unable to speak English in a perfect manner? Because we always have an habit of true translation. We have a habit of true translation. We start thinking in Telugu. When someone speaks with us in English, we take it to the mind, we make them understand, and we start thinking in Telugu. When we start thinking in Telugu, our language comes into in a wrong manner. So what we need to do? Your thought process, your ability of thinking should be always in English. Many people would say, sir, learning English is a big task and it is the toughest task. But in our opinion, or in my opinion, it is very easy. When you have a dedication part, when you are dedicated to yourself, yes, your ability of thinking enhances. How you can improve your sentence structures, how you can improve your grammar is like, take a set of words. For example, let me give you an example. Let us take a small example. Like I will give you a list of words. King, forest, lion, hunting, deer. When you gather some sort of particular words, one day when you start using, try to these words, try to make them into a paragraph. Like, one day king went to forest for hunting. Suddenly he saw a lion chasing deer and it killed the deer. He killed the deer. Did I cover all words? See, king done, forest done, hunting done, lion done, deer done. And when you are talking about all this, make sure you are able to connect each and every word in a systematic manner. Every day, choose a particular word. One more example. You can talk about clever. Intelligent is also the same word. And hard work, confidence, success. Now try to relate the sentences. If you are not able to if you are not able to frame the, if you are unable to go with the connectivity of the sentences in a proper way, first make them the own sentences. There is a clever boy. He is a hard worker. Because of his hard work, he became confident. He gained confidence. After becoming a confident person, he got success in his life. Simple. Try to frame the sentences in a different pattern. Try to write your own sentences. After writing your own sentences, definitely your thought process, you try to think out of the box. I told you before, your thought process always should be like an open parachute. It should not be like a closed parachute. If it is like an open parachute, definitely your thought process will work out, because thought process is very important in English. Because English, it is not a mathematics or it is not a physics to learn formulas. English is a language that can be learned through practice and through your speaking. And always remember, this language will lead you to success. English always will lead you to success. Still, what more we can do to enhance English? Still, what more we can do? Collect every day, try to collect different verbs and put them in a sentences. Every day, try to collect vocabulary and use them in your speech. The way you start practicing, the way you start listening to each and every one, every day. This is the importance of English and improvement of English. Importance and how to improve. How to improve. English is always, just consider it as a language, because if you how many of you can speak? How many of you started speaking Telugu when you were born? No, none of us. We started gradually learning, and being of the circumstances, we start listening to the people and we start learning Telugu on our own. But now, when you are talking about English, this also will happen the same thing. Listen, you need to have lots and lots of patience. When you have lots and lots of patience, try to write as many words as possible, as many paragraphs as possible. In your own words, create them and make sure that you are using appropriate tenses. Appropriate tenses. The way you start the passage or a paragraph or a speech, the time it ends, it should be in a same tense carried forward until and unless if there is any condition saying that you need to use the other tense. You need to use the other tense. So tenses are always very, very important in English, in our grammar. And at the same time, we need to learn articles. What do you mean by articles in English? Let me give you a brief explanation about articles. Let me give you a brief explanation about all the grammar part. All the grammar part should be learned in a different format. And because in English also we have certain rules and regulations that which part should be learned first, which part should be learned second, which part we should learn third. Because you cannot learn all the things at a time. We cannot learn all the things at a time. Let us start with the parts of speech. How many types of parts of speeches are there? There are 8 types of parts of speech. First one, noun. There are different types of nouns. What are they? Common noun, proper noun, abstract noun, and countable and uncountable noun, and collective noun. What do you mean by common noun? What do you mean by common noun? If you clearly remember before when you were in the school days, we used to play a game like name, place, thing, animal. Did we play? Like the 2 or 3 people would be playing this game, or many people, not one. The one person would say start to the other person. They start counting in themselves. They start saying the alphabet like ABCD, or they can say stop, or you talk about, give me your favorite word, like Sandeep, Singapore, snake, and the thing would be slate. Thing would be slate. Name, place, thing, animal, and in a common noun. All the things which we call common, that is the reason it is called as a common noun. All the things which we call it as a common is called a common noun. When you give a specific name to a common noun, that is called a proper noun, because properly we need to call a person. A boy is a common noun because everyone are boys. There are 26 boys and 37 girls in the classroom, boys and girls. And when you talk, Hemant is a boy and Hemant stands first in the class. That we are given name to a common name. Now you are given a name to the common noun, which is called a proper noun. Which is called, Hemant is called a proper noun, abstract noun. What do you mean by abstract noun? Feeling. In other words, we call it as intangible, where we cannot see and where we cannot touch, but we can only feel. We can only feel. Example, happy, sad, happy, sad. We can feel them, but we cannot see and we cannot touch them. That is called an abstract noun. Collective noun. When you make a group as one, when you make a group as one, a number of people, or like example, very simple example I give. Bunch of roses, a bunch of keys, a bunch of grapes. But when you talk about a bunch of roses, there will not be only one rose, there would be a bunch. That is the reason it is called a collective noun. Countable noun. All common nouns are countable noun. Example, what is the population of India? It is in crores. That we can't count how many countries are there, how many states are there, how many places are there, which can be countable. Uncountable, where we cannot count, like which is in a solid state, which is in a liquid state, which is in a gaseous state, like air, water, sand, where we cannot count. That is all about noun. Next, when we move on to the next one, what is the next parts of speech? In a parts of speech, what is the next one? Pronoun. What do you mean by pronoun? Where we use instead of noun. Where we use instead of noun in place of, because when you are talking about a person, you can't, or you always cannot keep on giving the name of a person. Is it true? For example, I want to give a small name like Ravi. I want to give a message. Ravi is studying in St. Mary's Engineering College. Ravi is studying 4th year BTech. Ravi is studying in ACE department. Ravi is studying. Can I keep on giving Ravi? So to avoid it, we use pronoun. He is intelligent, he is clever, he is studying in so and so school. So the usage of pronoun is we use instead of noun. Adjective. What do you mean by adjective? Which qualifies a noun. Which qualifies a noun. Example, he is intelligent person. Intelligent, he is talking about the quality of the person. It is giving the qualification to the person. It is giving the qualification to the noun. That is the reason it is called adjective. That is called adjective. And next one is verb. What do you mean by verb? An action word. an action word. Like, what are we doing? Stand, sit, listen, look, understand. These are all words called as verb. And what do you mean by adverb? Which adds a additional meaning to a verb is called a adverb. Example, he speaks. Yes, he speaks. He speaks fast. He walks. Yes, he walks. He walks slow. What is he doing? He is walking slowly. He is speaking fast. There is no word called fastly. Don't use the word called fastly. It is only fast, which gives the additional meaning to a verb is called adverb. Preposition. When you are talking about preposition, it indicates time and place. I am staying in Vijayawada. In is a preposition. My book is on the table. The cat is under the table. He is sitting on the chair. He is. All these prepositions, it gives a time, it gives sense, everything. That is called a preposition. Conjunction. What do you mean by junction? Which relates two places is called a junction. Yes. Now the conjunction is a word which relates two words or two sentences. Example, Ramu and Ravi are good friends. Here, what is the conjunction which is joining two words? And I came late because bus arrived late. What I am talking about, why I came late, I am giving the justification. I am using the word called because. Last but not least, interjection. What do you mean by interjection? Interjection is a word where when you talk about the sudden expression, this interjection always comes with exclamation mark. This always comes with exclamation mark. Example, alas, he passed away, he died. It's in a sound. When you talk about your mother or your friend bought a curry which you hate the most, you don't like the curry, what do you say? Yuck, it's disgusting. When you're talking about sudden expression, yes, interjection is used. And after this, we need to learn about subject verb agreement. Already we have discussed about all this kind of stuff. Now let me give you an overview about it. What do you mean by subject verb agreement? There is a thing which is related and which there is an agreement for a verb and a subject. Verb and the subject. What do you mean by verb and a subject? Verb is an action word, subject is to whom we are talking about. For whom we are talking about, like me, I write notes. I write notes. Here the agreement is it should be only is. And at the same time, when you talk about third person singular like he, she, it is added with he, she, it. It is added with yes, es or ies. Where we use IES? Where we use IES? When a word ends with Y followed by consonant. Followed by consonant. Example, fly, we write flies. Try, we write tries. Try to remember this one where we use IES because when a word ends with Y and followed by a consonant, only the consonant, but there is other word which is followed by vowel, like buy, buy, we write only buys, we write only buys, like play, plays. In this scenario, we are using IES, we are removing y and we are adding, we need to subtract y and add IES. Here, we need not remove anything, we add only s. We add only s. In this subject verb agreement, blindly remember this concept and this rule. And after subject verb agreement, which is, what is the thing? What is the thing? We need to concentrate on B forms. Actually, already we discussed about the B forms, like helping verb and the acting verb. Where we use that as a helping verb? Where we use it? We use it as a helping verb when we talk about a sentence which is added with ing, like he is playing, she is singing, I am reading. When we are talking about ing which is added to a verb, then we call it as a helping verb. And after your helping verb, when you talk about acting verb, this acting verb comes into the picture when there is no verb in the sentence. When there is no verb in a sentence. That is the reason we talk about, like when you are talking about the quality or when you are talking about the profession of a person, like he is a cricketer, there is no verb. So instead of verb, we are using a B form as an acting verb there. He is a singer. He is a player. We are talking, he is intelligent. He is clever. He is dull. He is a fantabulous person. Like then we are talking about, that is called your B forms. And after B forms, what are the things we need to learn? Tenses. What do you mean by tenses? Already we discussed time plus work. The work which is done in a particular time, to indicate that we use tenses. And as tenses are of three types, they are present tense, past tense and future tense. And again they are divided into subtenses. They are divided into subtenses like simple, present, simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. When you have a sentence structures for this, when you have the sentence structures, when you follow the sentence structures, definitely you would win and you would gain about it. Articles. How many types of articles are there? Definite article and indefinite article. Definite article and indefinite article. There are two types, but there are three articles, A and the. These two are called a definite. This one is called a, indefinite article, and this is a definite article. Where we use these articles? Where we use a, where we use an. Where we talk, before we learned about sounds, if you remember very carefully, we remember sounds. We use a in front of consonant sound and we use in front of vowel sound. The is a definite article. Maximum we use the for unique things like the sun, the earth, the Mars, the Jupiter, the Taj Mahal, the Hindu. When you are specifying something, when you are specifying, when you are giving the specification, when you are giving the specification to particular thing, yes, at that particular moment we use article the. We use article the, and at the same time, these all are very important. You should not miss out an article in a sentence. That would be also a grammatical error. That would be also a grammatical error. After articles in English, which is very important for us to learn. Okay, we went through about parts of speech, we went through about subject verb agreement, we went through about be forms, we went through about articles, and still what is there to learn? And what is there to learn? It is very, very important for every one of us to learn about each and every like question tags. Everything is there. And let me take back to you the word called pronunciation. Let me take back you to the word called pronunciation. In this pronunciation again we have different categories. Stress, in the sense, we are not talking about the morning stress management. We are not talking about that stress. We are talking about the stress in a word. We have a word called syllable. What do you mean by syllable in English? Syllable is a chunk of a word. The word would be divided into 3 or 4 types. For example, communication, or you can use this. How many syllable? 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are 5 syllable word. Each chunk of a word, in a word there would be chunks where we cut them and where we now try to stress and try to intonate on each and every word. It's communication. When you are stressing on each thing, you need to understand which sounds good. That stress and intonations are very, very lively important to the person who is speaking with the other person. And at the same time, you know, what you call a ECG, something like in a medical field, it would be like this. When you are talking in English, if this is indicating on a mirror, or if this is indicating in a graph, it says the person is alive. If it is in a straight line, it is indicating the person is dead. So that is related to your English. If you have stress and if you have intonations, your speech is alive, because you have ups and downs. You are intimating and you are giving a stress, and you are intonating the core words into the, when you start intonating the core words, they directly insert into the heart of the person or into the mind of the person, and where they can remind them for a long time, because that is the importance of intonation. Otherwise, if there is no intonation, as if you are talking in the same way. For example, once visualize one of the person is reading your favorite song. He is reading your favorite song without any stress and without any intonations. Now in the sense I say that don't sing a song when you are speaking. In a speaking also, they have stress on a core words in a speech. Stress on a core words in a speech. Intonate in the starting of the sentence, and always try to remember, try to give required pauses. What do you mean by pauses? When you talk about the pauses, comma, full stop, semicolon, these are the words. When you talk about pauses, after completion of a sentence, to take a small breath, continuously you are talking, to take a small breath, you require pauses. These pauses plays a vital role, because that would intimate to the other person saying that yes, you are done, you are taking it forward. After giving a pause, try to intonate, try to raise your voice, intonate, stress on it, stress on the word. Today I would like to speak about communication skills. Did I stress and did I intonate? In the same way, when you are talking to the people, try to make to understand. Don't try to put it in a single bar, like on a deadline. Don't go with a deadline. Always try to go with a major line. Always try to go with a major line. because this stress, this intonation, this required pauses, these make your language, these all make your speech in a lively manner, For example, when you are intonating, and your tone also plays a vital role. Your tone also plays a vital role, and your stressing also plays a vital role. Shut the door. I said, shut the door. I stressed, and my intimation, I am intimating to a person that I am aggressive. If I say, shut the door, am I aggressive now? Your tone, your stress, and your intonations, these all required pauses. These all are playing a vital role in your speech. The way you deliver to the other person, it indicates, oh, he is an excellent speaker. The delivering part, the presentation part of your skills, the presentation part of your communication part will always be on the top when you are talking about the pronunciation part. And this is all about, so what are the areas, where are the areas we need to work on? We need to work on our grammar, we need to work on pronunciation, we need to work on vocabulary, we need to work on your fluency. When you are able to maintain your pauses, when you are able to maintain your stress and intonation in an appropriate manner, your fluency comes into the picture. And when you are able to intonate, when you are able to stress, try to concentrate on your pronunciation part, because when you are in this part, everything will enhance your pronunciation. As I told you, try to stress on a sounds. Try to stress on a sounds. Yesterday, I am stressing on a sound called ear sound. Yesterday, there was a huge rain in Assam, and many people died due to floods. You know, when we start listening to such kind of delivery method, many people would pay attention and they get attracted to your speech. They get attracted to your speech. The grammar part, which is very, very important. In a grammar again, we need to learn a lot. First, and until and unless you get perfection in your tenses, you can't start framing the sentences. Because if you are good at your tenses only, you have a right and you are able to take it forward in an appropriate manner. And the vocabulary. In your talking about the vocabulary, if you are unable to pronounce, try to collect vocabulary, try to put it in a stress and intonation part, try to divide the syllable, and k, m sound, mu, n sound, k sound, k sound again, sh sound, shun. Communication. Divide the word into a syllable and start putting it out in a different pattern. Because that helps you to make your language synthesize, and that is very, very helpful in a part of your English. That is how you can improve your English. In English, not only this, you can improve on your pronunciation. And at the same time, importance of English should be recognized by you. When you know the importance of English only, you can concentrate on all these parameters to make your language in a perfect way. When you are not able to know the importance of English, know the importance. Many people don't know the importance of English. Why we need to know the importance of English? To gain knowledge of, to get name and fame, and to be the successful person in our professional life. All the English speakers cannot be professionalized. All the people those who are speaking cannot be called as proficients. The work you do is that makes you to understand that you are a professional person. So make usage of your language. Try to enhance your pronunciation part and improve your language, and we can crack everything and we can be the successful person in the society.